Hey everybody, I hope you're all doing well. I'm here with an update on what has happened in Washington, D.C. this week. First, I want to touch on something. I've seen some complaints on social media that my desk is too clean. I just want you to know that we usually clean this desk off specifically to do the videos. Now, it's not always perfect, but I do try to keep it pretty clean because there's constantly people coming in and out of the office, so I don't want it to be sloppy. I don't want anything to appear as though, we're some kind of slob, but I do specifically clear pretty much everything off the desk when I'm doing these videos, put it on the table that's right behind this camera. So let's get into what's going on in Washington, D.C. this week, though. FY26 NDAA Markup. NDAA stands for National Defense Authorization Act, and markup means that we took the legislation for it and we started to do amendments and mark up the bill. Now this week I'm proud to report that 5 priorities for our district have advanced in the House Armed Services Committee for markup for fiscal year 2026, the NDAA. Now, the NDAA, it's a critical piece of legislation that ultimately impacts every service member, every veteran, military families. These aren't just line items, they're promises kept. Now, one of the most meaningful provisions is one that I've been working on for several years now, and it's SEAL Excellence. SEAL is in Navy SEALs, Excellence, Achievement, and Loyalty Act, or the SEAL Act. Now, the Navy SEAL Memorial in Fort Pierce and the museum in Fort Pierce, right in our community, I live just down the road from it. It's located on the grounds of the birthplace of the Naval Special Warfare, and it deserves its recognition for all of its history. Now, the legislation is simple. It's going to make the Navy SEAL Memorial the National Navy SEAL Memorial, the National Navy SEAL Memorial. That's the important part about it. That makes it an attraction here in our community and to people across the country beyond in the way that it just is right now. They've done, the curators, they've done an incredible job with it, but we want to make sure that it's recognized in that national way. It's our way to tell the story of our proud tradition of military service that has gone on in that place. Also included in the markup was my legislation, the Wounded Warrior Bill of Rights, which will fix the broken medical separation process at the Pentagon, and something also known as the Games Act, which will allow more medically retired veterans to compete in adaptive sports competitions like the Warrior and the Invictus Games. Finally, one of the bills that I put in there, one of the amendments that I put in there was known as the Oath of Exit. It's one step closer to becoming law. This is a bill that will give every retiring service member the opportunity to reaffirm their commitment to their fellow veterans and mental health. Now, with a suicide epidemic impacting veteran population, we've seen this going on for years, we have to take every opportunity to support our brothers and sisters in arms. And the Oath of Exit, it helps us do just that. I want to switch gears here. We also had in Secretary of Transportation, Sean Duffy, on Wednesday. I had the opportunity to welcome him. He's my former colleague, and welcome him to the Committee of Transportation and Infrastructure. Secretary Duffy, he was here to discuss the department's priorities and update Congress on its programs as we consider appropriations for next year. It was a great chance to discuss some of the major infrastructure issues impacting our personal community, from grants needed to address the St. Lucie Railroad Bridge to flexibility for the Florida Department of Transportation and its needs to take on large, complex projects and deliver quick results. Take a look at this clip from what we did in the committee there.
I want to ask you 3 just quick questions, or bring your attention to 3 quick things. Just number 1, I'd ask for, because I was observing the committee hearings from another room, and I noticed that nobody asked you to come to their district yet. So I believe in first come, first serve. So I just want to say, please take the time, come down to my district. There's a few things that I want to show you, and since I was the first one to ask, that means I get priority.
The senators were much more aggressive on coming to states.
Second thing I'd ask you to just take time to review is the mega grant program. Under the previous administration, there was guidance that if there was a grant received on one front, and if, for example, if you're doing a rail line, obviously rail lines are long, they span entire states and multi-states, that you couldn't necessarily have another grant in a different area. I would ask that you would review that and see if we're going to have the same guidance under the Trump administration than under the Biden administration. And the third point that I would want to bring to you, switching more to the aviation side of things, is parts manufacturers' approval applications. aftermarket parts for aircraft engines, things like that. If we could just have a review of the timelines that the FAA is allowing to go on, just very long periods of time to get these parts approved. It's not something that I think benefits safety in the skies. I don't think that it benefits the passengers and the affordability of air travel when you think about getting these updated parts into aircraft systems. So it's just something that I'd like you to pay attention to, all three of those issues. That's my
I'll take a look at, on the aviation side, I'll take a look at that. I would just note that the FAA has a fantastic safety record, but they move fantastically slow.
There you go.
Duly noted.
I also took the time to let the Secretary know that he is welcome anytime to visit our district so that he can see these projects firsthand, the way they impact our community, how they're going to do good things. I look forward to seeing him in our community and hosting him there soon. Also this week, we marked up an important step forward in our fight against one of the most aggressive forms of cancer, glioblastoma. This is a disease that's devastated families across the country, but also across our community, including one of my friends, Mark Cunningham. His family was affected by this. So I co-sponsored a resolution to formally designate July 16th as Glioblastoma Awareness Day. Now the resolution, it's more than just symbolic. It's about hope, and it's about giving patients and their families a fighting chance. It's honoring the lives that we've lost and pushing forward research for a cure. Now, the more awareness that we bring, the closer we get to better treatments, and eventually we get to having a cure. In closing, I just wanted to let you know, it is always an honor to serve you, to fight for our community here in Washington, D.C. As always, I'm going to keep you posted on bills and anything going on here as it moves forward, and I look forward to seeing you all around town. You all take care. Hey everyone, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, please click like and subscribe. I will be back on YouTube with more exclusive content, so stay tuned.